How's it going, people? Welcome back to Lee's channel again, and for the weekend roundup. Haven't decided the name yet, so we're sticking to the weekend roundup right now. Lee, how's it going?
I'm good, man. Started off today on Claude and the Bansters. Had to stick it on Terry. He's fully Arteta in. We wiped that one off. We dusted our shoulder off.
Yeah, I saw the thumbnail for that. I didn't watch the video though. I'm gonna go back and watch it. I saw the thumbnail with you and.
He made some good points, though. I can't lie. He put up a good fight, but come on, bruv. I'm undefeated. I'm undefeated, mate. Yeah. Listen, when you're talking on emotion, it's hard to beat facts. And we started off with that one. We then dropped a new show today with rants. That's going to be a new thing on the channel, and going to be doing the same on his. So yeah, and then obviously we're ending up with chilling with you, bruv. Chilling with you.
What's that with rants every Monday?
Yeah, every Monday, 4 p.m. and then every Friday on his channel, 4 p.m. as well, I think. So yeah, man, looking forward to that. It was a good show today as well, and everyone showed him mad love in the chat. So yeah, man, big up all the real ones.
Yeah, just before this, because I got home quite late today. Just before this, I see the video pop up, and I see it got it like it done well as well. Like I look into it and see like it got good views for the first one, and rightly so. Yeah. Rants is someone who can be wild with his thinking at times, but is very at least down to earth, especially for a United fan. You know, it's rare to get that.
It's funny though, right? Because obviously I've seen so many people in my chat saying get rants on, right? And like I've watched a lot of his videos recently, and I was like, boy, this is the United version of me. Like, you know what I'm saying? He can't stand Ollie, bruv. Like, and I'm just like, boy, yeah. But when we were talking, it was funny because like everything I've said about Arsenal, he was saying about United. It was like you could just change the team and change. It was exactly the same. If you didn't see us, you'd be like, "Is that Lee?" Like, or is that Rance? It was exactly the same for both. It was wicked, man. It really flowed as well. So yeah, good first show, man. And big up everyone in the chat who showed him mad love as well.
And sometimes, you know what it is with fans of other clubs, especially fans that you can have a proper debate with without all of that banter, because you can find banter everywhere. You know, you can open Twitter and you find banter from other fans. But when you find fans that you can have a conversation with both ways, it's like it's a good opinion on your club from an outside perspective on Arsenal. You know, I like to hear what other fans say about Arsenal. Forget all the jokes for a sec. You know, I'd like to hear proper opinions, because we can all make jokes about, you know, Arsenal, United, Tottenham, not so much Chelsea, City and Liverpool over the last decade or so. And on the other flip side of things, Lee, it takes our mind a bit off of what's happening at Arsenal to look into other clubs and see problems there.
Exactly. And do you know what the mad thing is here? Is it's all like, see, people say I've got an agenda. Like, oh, everyone's got an agenda. That's the buzzword, isn't it? Agenda. Yeah. You don't agree with them, it's an agenda, right? But if I had an agenda, I wouldn't get people of other teams on. I wouldn't get other people on at all. I'd just keep me on the channel on my own. Yeah, me and you don't agree on Kroenke, on most of the Kroenke side. You know, Rance is Man United. I have a Chelsea boy on at the Grand Dam on Twitter. Big up Dammy. Me and Chig don't agree on everything. You know, we have the podcast on the Fridays as well with Claude and Kenny, Zach, Afzal, Chig. You know, so if it was all about my agenda, I wouldn't get other people on the channel, innit? So it's nice to hear other people's thoughts, man. And then makes you think a little bit outside the box at times. Go, actually, maybe I'm being a bit harsh on that or that. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's good, man.
No, definitely, because mate, like I said it, I think a couple of weeks ago, and I've had messages and comments on my videos already saying, why are you doing videos with Lee Gunner and this and that? But my thing is the same thing as exactly what you said. At the end of the day, we can have civilized debates. You know, it doesn't always have to end sour or be a war of words or be over emotional, you know, or get verbal. You know, it doesn't have to be like that. And this is what this shows. And at the same time, what you said is true. We have a lot of similar opinions, but we've got a lot of differing opinions too. And you've given me your platform to tell people those differing opinions, you know. Exactly. So if you didn't want people to hear that side of it, you wouldn't have done that. You know, he would have continued with only your opinions. And that goes for Dan and Rance and whoever else you're having on the channel over the next few weeks, because you're doing your thing as well, man. It's growing well, the channel, you know.
Yeah, it's going quick. I can't lie. It's growing a lot quicker than I thought it would. Yeah, real talk. Like, bro, this month it's 2 years. Do you know that? Yeah, 2 years since I started this chat. It's gone well quick. Yeah,
and it was your third one, isn't it?
Yeah, third channel. Yeah,
I
bro, the
remember.
dramas I've had, it's mad.
I remember.
It's mad. But do you know what? Yeah, seriously, the reason this channel has grown, in my opinion, firstly, I'm consistent as fuck. Like, I don't care. I'm just on it every day, 2, 3, 4 streams a day. Yeah, but I just like, brother, I swear, whenever I talk to anyone about what I do, it's just like mad passion. Like, I love what I do. Yeah, and interacting with all these people from all over the world in the chat, and it's the same faces every night. The first ones in the chat. It's mad. It is actually mad. And yeah, man, I love it. And long may it continue, man. I'm loving life right now.
Yeah, no, it's good, man. It's good. I love it, man. You know, the channel's growing, you know, like I said, here I am every Monday night now doing a show. So, you know, long may it continue, obviously, during these peak times as well, until finally we are allowed back at games. And obviously it's a bit more difficult for you right now than it is for me when games are back on.
Yeah, I've got to catch planes to go to games, bro.
Yeah, it's mad. I remember, who was it? James coming from Amsterdam all the time for Europa League.
Yeah, James Rowe. Yeah. He's a good writer, you know, very good writer.
Yeah. And his interviews too, you know, the written. Yeah, I definitely looked into him. So yeah, follow him on Twitter if you're not already. But obviously, this is a football show, but obviously it's international break. We can talk about England, Lee. I want to touch on them. You know, against the poor teams, excel. Against the good teams, it's always a letdown. You know, what do you think England need before the Euros to have a chance?
A new manager.
yeah, I thought so.
Yeah, a new manager. Do you know what? I've done both the watch-alongs for the last 2 games. I've never done an England watch-along before because I don't watch England. I don't. When it's a World Cup or a Euros, then yeah, I'm interested. I watch it because it's the tournament, the hype. Yeah, and like it's a World Cup. Like we all remember the World Cups when we were little and all that. Seeing the Brazil teams and the Italy team, like it was mad. But I thought, do you know what? This week I thought, yeah, there's hardly any football. There's hardly any like news Arsenal related. Why don't I do it? So I did the first game against Ireland. I thought we'd done all right in that game. I thought we played pretty well. And then obviously, listen, it was a meaningless friendly. Let's be real. When the crunch time come against Belgium last night, I thought when they went 1-0 up, I thought we were playing pretty well. If I'm honest, I thought the team was a little bit. Why weren't Saka in there? Why weren't Sancho in there? You know, he seems to love Mason Mount a little bit too much, but I could understand why he was in there. But Tielemans scored, flicked off of Mings. Can't blame the keeper for that. But for me, the defining moment in that first half was Lukaku's clearance off the line. Because Harry Kane jumped, bro. I swear, he connected with that header so sweet. Courtois was done. It was in. Yeah, and then out of nowhere, Lukaku just ends it off the line. You're like, wow. 3 minutes later, bang, 2-0. Yeah, from a wicked free kick. Yeah, and you can blame the keeper for that free kick because firstly, it wasn't right in the top corner. It was halfway down the goal. Yeah, and for me, he's too small to be a goalkeeper anyway, bruv. I don't know how tall he is, but he's got to be under 6 foot. Yeah, you need a 6'5", a 6'6" in goal, which is mad. But yeah, it's just, I don't know. We had a bit of a go, but do you know what? It's a bit like watching Arsenal. They're nearly good. Like they're nearly there, isn't it? It's always the manager, like he persists with this 5 at the back, Southgate. Like this fashion of everyone going 5 at the back. People say it's a 3 at the back. It ain't. It's a 5. Yeah.
It's 5. Some people make it a 3, but yeah, you're right. More often than not, it's setting up as a 5 first and foremost.
Yeah, and everyone's gone down this fashionable route. And like people were doing this with this passing out from the back as well. And it's like, as soon as a couple of teams start doing it, other teams adopt it. Then it's the fashion. You know, people keep mentioning about Conte when he won the league with Chelsea. I think he was one of the last managers in the league to actually go 5 at the back. I think there was 17 or 18 managers have done it.
Conte was the first.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
maybe I got that wrong. Maybe he was the first, and we were the 17.
We was the 17. There you go. Yeah.
Do you know what? It's funny because that's a fad that's then kicked in. Passing out from the back. Why does everyone have to pass out from the back? You play to your strengths, and Southgate don't do that for me. Like Jadon Sancho is one of these players that I think could potentially, like, his ceiling's mad. Yeah, he's not going to be at Borussia Dortmund for much longer. Somebody else will come in and grab him. Yeah, it's going to cost a lot of money, but that guy's ceiling's mad. Why are you benching that guy? That's one of your first names on the team sheet. Jack Grealish, what a player. Yeah, that guy, bruv. Yeah. Like I converted. I never really rated him until June, bro. Yeah, now I'm proper sucked in. I'm a fanboy of Grealish, bro. I can't lie. Yeah, him and Mahrez are my go-to guys.
He's consistent as well. Consistent.
Yeah.
For anytime he gets a chance for England, he does bits, and anytime he's playing for Villa, you know, he's focal point to every attack.
And this is the thing: he's never injured, ever. When's he ever out? You never see him injured. I said this earlier on. I think it was with Rance. I said this earlier. Like, how comes like when you hear managers go, oh, he needs a break, or you hear commentators go, oh, we need to rest. Well, Jack Grealish single-handedly dragged Villa to staying up. Yeah, he didn't need a break. He didn't need a rest. He's the focal point. He gets kicked more than anybody. And again, for England, he was getting chopped down left, right, and centre yesterday. But he was the one guy that you give the ball to him, and everyone's like, "Whoa, they're on the edge of their seat. Can he do something?" Yeah, which is why he should have started Sancho. We've got players in that squad for England, and that's why I compare it to Arsenal, because you can build an 11 in that England team that can compete for the Euros. Yeah, but we ain't got the manager to do it. Yeah, and that's for me the same as Arsenal. We've got an 11 that can get top 4, but we ain't got the manager that can do it. Yeah, and they're both the same. Southgate's worse than Arteta, by the way. I can't even lie. He's worse.
That's what I was going to ask you next.
No, he's miles worse. Right.
You're right, though. It's a new manager, because Southgate, he's got a very good talent pool on his hands. You know, probably the best since the last big era of England, who let the nation down with the Gerrards, Lampards, Rooneys, and all of that. You know, you can see that on the horizon with some of these players. And Jack Grealish at the moment, you know, the most consistent of the lot. If you had people like Sterling, Kane, Jadon Sancho, even Mason Mount, he's a quality player, just needs to be utilised probably in a different manner, whether that's off the bench or as a plan B, who knows. But like you said, Sancho should have started that second game. You know, if Sterling's not available, you play Sancho, or you at least play one winger that can really take the ball and drive and hit the byline.
Go. Jink pass left or right, you know, and let's be real. Sancho, I know he plays in Germany, and people always say that. I say that below the top 5, that team, that league is dead. Yeah, they might as well all be in League One because they're poor. But his stats for goals and assists and output and being involved is mad. Yeah, so why would you stick that on the bench when he's on one side, Grealish on the other? I thought Kane played pretty well yesterday. Right, again, he was trying to get the ball from deep and running at people, you know, trying to barge past people. Kane's brilliant, man. Like, I can't stand that he plays for Tottenham. I love Kane, mate. If he was at Arsenal, bro, boy, we'd be looking a lot better.
He'll break the English record, Kane. I'm not too sure about the Premier League one, but he'll break the English one for sure.
Yeah, he's got no chance on Shearer's record. I don't think that'll ever be broken, mate. He's 28 now? He ain't beating that.
Yeah, he ain't. He's over 100 away still, isn't it?
Yeah. He's well over 100, I think. 110, something like that. Yeah. He ain't beating that. No chance.
Yeah, he needs at least 3 30-goal seasons in between now and a couple 5 years.
Not happening. And he's injury prone as well, Kane, isn't it? He gets a lot of injuries, like especially in the last couple of years. So he's always going to miss about 7 to 10 games every season. And unless you're Luis Suarez and banging golden boots with 10 games missing, bro, it ain't happening. So, but England, he'll beat that. He'll beat that.
Who would you want to see as manager for England next?
That's a good question.
Really thought about it.
This is going to sound stupid, yeah, because I don't particularly think he's a great manager, but Eddie Howe, would do a better job. Yeah, at least he'd play attacking football. Yeah, and like, I know he got relegated with Bournemouth, but he's young, he's English, and he used players in their right positions at Bournemouth. He just didn't have the money or the talent to stay up in the end. And listen, he punched above his weight with Bournemouth for a long time. But if you gave him the job, I think he'd do all right. I think he'd do a lot better than Southgate did. But then do you go down getting a foreign manager in? You know, we've been there and done that with Capello and Ericsson. So I don't know, man. But Eddie Howe could be a shout.
I knew the Wengers were coming in because that was in the back of my mind. I remember when he flirted with the idea once or something like that. But he's a FIFA man.
No chance. I don't want Wenger managing England, bro. Yeah.
The rants will be back. You don't need rants on the channel. Leave rants.
I can say Wenger out again, innit?
Yeah, that's it. Richard back again with the super chat. I love to everyone who's thrown in a super chat, a comment, your thoughts, questions.
Big up Ola as well, man.
Yeah, and hit the like button as well, people, if you haven't already. Obviously, over 500 people here already. First 15 minutes, make sure you hit the like. And Richard's asking, does Grealish remind you of Gaza? Bits. I'd say bits of him do, but
he's got the swagger when he's got the ball in it. He's got the swagger and he can jink and like Gaza was like that. Gaza wasn't massively like pumped up and big physical guy. Grealish is like that, but they're different types of players. But I think he's got a long way to go to be on Gaza's level. But I think he's doing all right.
He drives at players more than Grealish does. I think Grealish likes to, you know, take his time with it, dictate the tempo a bit more. Gaza was a bit more, I think, attack minded.
Do you know what I said earlier? I think it was Rance I said this to, yeah. Grealish is very similar to Wilshere, in my opinion. The difference is Wilshere was made of glass and had a bad attitude. Yeah, Grealish is obviously not made of glass and has got a better attitude. Yeah, but they're very similar in types of players. Yeah, that they both want to get the ball. They can both dictate the play. They can speed it up, slow it down. They chip in with goals. They get assists. They can ping screamers. Like, listen, Jack Wilshere, it's kind of sad what's happened to him. He ain't even got a club. But Jack Grealish, if he carries on, bruv, I said this earlier, yeah. Aston Villa must be loving life knowing that he's an Aston Villa fan. And how sick must it be, yeah, that you're playing in the top tier of English football with your boyhood club? Like, why would you leave?
It's mad.
Like, it's crazy, bruv.
It is. I think obviously the call for trophies and the better he gets is just gonna entice him. And I think and you know, sometimes players deserve it. You know, if Gerrard did leave Liverpool for Chelsea at that stage, could you have blamed him? You know, at the end of the day,
Shearer's probably the worst one. Shearer could have gone to United probably 6 seasons straight. Yeah, and he regrets that all day long. He regrets that, bruv. Yeah, but you know what? I said like before, like he's the all-time top goal scorer in the Premier League. Yeah, he is the best striker that I've seen in this country. Out and out striker in Premier League football, or just football in general in this country from my age upward. Like from what I've seen, Alan Shearer is the best striker I've ever seen. Yeah, his celebration was shit, but he is a good striker.
I can't. You know what? We had this debate in my WhatsApp group about a year ago. About someone asked who's the best finisher in the Premier League era, and a lot of people said Fowler, and I understand that because he made it look good too. But the thing about Shearer, I had to say, the thing about Shearer is finishing is not just on your left foot or on your favoured foot. Shearer could do it inside the box, outside the box, free kick, penalty, header, left foot, right foot. You know, he could finish in every way possible. So
he was the most complete striker I've ever seen in this league or in England. Yeah, we've had some ballers in this league. Henry, listen, he was a wicked finisher, bruv. Yeah, but for me, weren't ever an out and out striker. Yeah, but Robbie Fowler's in there definitely. Robbie Fowler was brilliant, mate. Michael Owen as well. He was good. He was really good. But Shearer, bruv. I remember when we won the league at White Hart Lane. I remember they played Newcastle played Chelsea, innit? Yeah. If you go and see the goal, do you remember the goal? Yeah. When he volleyed a 30-yard screamer, literally top bins past Kudachini, which meant we only needed a draw. Yeah. Mate, what a goal. Robbie Fowler couldn't do that. Robbie Fowler was in the box, finish it. Yeah. Michael Owen in the box, finish it. Yeah. Michael Owen could jink round people. Alan Shearer couldn't do the dribbling one. Yeah. Any fucking type of goal that guy could score. Brilliant striker, mate. Best striker I've seen in this country.
Yeah. Richard with another super chat, and he brings up a very good name, Letitia. I can't lie, Letitia. He was something else, especially for an English player in that era. You know, he's got 100 goals in the Premier League as well, I believe. 100 goals on the top.
Yeah, I think he has. Yeah, I think he has. Bro, do you know what? I think he only ever missed one penalty, innit?
Yeah,
I think it's like 40 odd penalties. He missed one. Yeah. Do you know what's a scandal with him though? I think he only got 3 or 4 England caps.
Yeah.
It's a disgrace, bruv. He was one of the most technically gifted footballers we've ever seen. Yeah, he was fucking brilliant. Bruv, he single-handedly used to keep Southampton in the Premier League.
And some of the things he done was mad.
He never scored a shit goal.
Didn't he scoop up a free kick to himself or something like that? Or someone scooped up the free kick to him and he just banged it from there. And
Do you remember when he, I think who was it against? I can't remember what team. It might have been Man United in the 6-3, where he chested one, kneed it up, and then volleyed it. And then about 10 minutes later, he'd done another one. I remember
the goals. I don't know who it was against, but I definitely remember the goals.
And they were in the grey shirt. Yeah, it was mad, bro. He was an absolute baller of a footballer, mate. Yeah, he should have been in that England team. But you know what? The problem with England, somebody said this earlier, right? The problem with England compared to Spain, for example, is the fans, won't support Tottenham players in an England shirt. Yeah, whereas over here, Barcelona and Madrid, they just go, fuck it, it's Spain. Spain's our country.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? There's always that clique. And even back then, it was the Liverpool clique, the Man United clique. They wouldn't all mingle in the England camp. It was like, it's sad, isn't it? Like,
I remember. Now they mingle too much. They went from not mingling at all to mingling way too much, in my opinion. It's too friendly at times. Yeah,
it's gone way too the other way. It's fucking, and the thing is, this is the problem. It's always been jobs for the boys with England. It's always like, oh, give Terry Venables the job. I'll give it to Southgate. Southgate ain't an England manager. Southgate got relegated with Middlesbrough, bruv.
McLaren as well. Remember McLaren when they gave it to him? Fuck, you know.
Although before anyone digs me out, I did say Eddie Howe, and he got relegated with Bournemouth. Yeah, just
you know, people are ready for that as well.
I just realised what I said.
It is what it is. You got another super chat in saying Van Nistelrooy is the most clinical striker he's seen at United, and he's seen some, including one that came from us. And we don't need to say his name, but he was a top finisher. Yeah, that's it.
Van Nistelrooy was a G, bruv. Used to Beckham whipping them balls in, bruv. Do you know what? I fucking hate Van Nistelrooy, right? Because when we stuck it on him and when he missed that penalty, I think that was like obviously fucking mad drama. It had to be him that scored that penalty. And every time I see him, or I see highlights, it's always him screaming on his knees, like to end the run, innit? I'm But he had the last laugh. He had the last laugh in the end.
He did. To be honest, in my mind, I've just got that Martin Keown back front of the elbow just to the back of the neck. That's in my mind. What a view. And then I think Ronaldo tried piping up at the time, and Lauren or Edu stepped in. And
Lauren just told him back up, bruv.
Not Edu. I forgot who it was actually.
He was a skinny Ronaldo. He was skinnier than me back then, bruv. Now man's fucking huge. Ronaldo was proper, just like skinny, bruv. It's mad how well. But good times back then, man. Look how fucked we both are now.
we'll proper delving back into the memories. We started with England this week, but I guess we'll move on now. And international break has caused a lot of bother for a lot of teams. One in particular, Liverpool. It's just hit us with Mohamed El Nene coming down with COVID and obviously having to quarantine for a couple of weeks. But Liverpool, this international break has not been nice. And a couple other teams, I think Doherty today, Tottenham right back, he's been diagnosed with COVID, and a few other players. To best, I forgot who else, but obviously with Liverpool, it looks like their whole back four is out for the Leicester game.
Hasn't Mo Salah been was it Mo Salah? Yeah, Mo Salah's got it as well, hasn't he? Or been tested positive for it. So, mate, Liverpool have got the most injuries in the league, or most players out in the league. Their whole back line. Like, we're going to see how good this manager is, Liverpool's manager now, because this is the process we're emulating, bro. Now let's see how good you are without a proper team. Like, do you know what I'm saying?
Imagine the whole back four out, because Robertson's just, I think, well, he might not be out, Robertson. I don't know. I haven't got that confirmed, but
he played for Scotland the other night when they won.
Yeah, there's rumours he got injured. Not injured today, but he's carrying an injury now.
Okay, there you go.
That'll complete the quartet, and then on top of that, you have obviously Salah out, and it's Leicester away for them, so it's not an easy time. But what do you think about COVID, the international break? And everyone said this international break business should be scrapped for now because of COVID, and now look at what it's done. And is it fair? The way it's going. That some teams are more at risk than others, considering the bigger clubs have more players on international duty.
True, yeah, that's a good point. The thing is, like, there's restrictions on like so many different countries now. Like, so when I come back to England next month, I've got a quarantine for 2 weeks. Yeah. So I understand that they get tested on a regular basis, like twice a week, I think it is. Yeah, but come on, man, when you're playing a friendly against Ireland the other night, like, what's the point, bro? Just cancel it. Yeah, this international, what was it called, the Nations League? Like, what a load of bollocks. Like, seriously, they're trying to dress it up and trying to rebrand a thing that nobody really cares about. Let's be real. The main tournaments are the World Cup and the Euros. So unless it's a qualifying for either of them, what's the point? When I see Aubameyang scored the other night I can't remember who they played, but I think that was an African Cup of Nations qualifier.
Yeah.
So cool, go and play that game. Yeah, it's a qualifying game. It's maybe getting you into a tournament, but the Nations League, bro, they just plucked that out of fresh air and made up a tournament. Like, that's just ridiculous to me in the first place. But it's mad because when you see, like, obviously El Neni, I don't think it's been confirmed yet, but his agents apparently come out and said it somewhere that he's got it. Yeah, but imagine if it was Aubameyang. Yeah, imagine if it was, I don't know, who else has been good for us? Gabriel.
Yeah.
Imagine it, or Partey. Imagine it was one of them, or all three of them. All of a sudden. Yeah, exactly. Leno, we'd have Ronaldson in goal, bruv. Yeah. But if it was any of them players, we're automatically done. Yeah, that's it. It's game over. If Aubameyang, Partey, Gabriel's probably the biggest one out of the four. Yeah, and Leno. Yeah, because he's won player of the month twice now, isn't he, Gabriel? First 2 seasons here, first 2 months here, sorry. And I mean, for Liverpool, I mean, luckily they've got a top drawer manager. Yeah, and the lad that they put in at centre back the other week, I can't remember his name. He come through their academy. Yeah, he was absolutely brilliant. Carragher gave him man of the match. He was class, man. And I don't know, mate. Like, I don't think football should be cancelled, like Premier League football. Yeah, but international football, what's the point? Like, unless it's a qualifier, jog on, man. It's boring.
Yeah, I agree, and it's a joke what you said. The UEFA Nations League, they just put a title on friendlies and tried to make it a tournament. You know? It's just money. Yeah, it's just money, and at the end of the day, we could have all done without it. The players, the managers, the fans, everyone could have done without it, because in this time it's not needed without all of this, you know, injury news now for all these teams moving forward. But I think it's the last international break of the year. Let's hope it's the last one for a long time. Obviously, the teams are going to need friendlies before the Euros next summer, if that even goes ahead. Do you think that's going ahead?
I think
it's meant to be all over Europe.
Yeah. The finals at Wembley, I think. Semi and the final are both at Wembley, I think. I do think it'll go ahead. Yeah, I do. Yeah. I think it'll go ahead. I think that I've looked into what I have to do when I come back here, because obviously I'm coming back on the 4th of December. I'm coming back for like 5 weeks, bruv. Yeah, for like all through December into January for Christmas and New Year and that. When I come back, they've changed the rules now, because we're going to be out of the EU by then, isn't it? Yeah, right. Oh, yeah. So Spain, England's not going to be part of the EU. Yeah, you get a bit of time. I have to change some documents that I've got and stuff like that. But in terms of COVID, I have to give them a test or a negative test for me to be able to fly back. Yeah. But I can do a self-test. It's like, how can I do a self-test? Well, maybe I could just keep buying multiple tests. One might say positive, one might say negative. Do you know what I'm saying? Or do I keep going until I find one so I can come back? Like, I don't, bruv.
You could give it to someone else to do, and
exactly. I don't get it, bruv. When I came back here, right, I had to fill out a form coming back from here to Birmingham, and then from Birmingham back. Right, I had to fill out an online form. Ryanair sent it to me. And you had to fill out loads of details, like stupid amounts of details, Real talk, right? When I left here, I never filled the form out. Didn't do it. But get to Birmingham, not one person asked me for the form. Yeah? I was like, boy, customs stopped me though, bro. Customs were chasing me, bro. You stay still. I shit myself. I was like, you talking to me? He goes, yeah. He was asking me mad questions, bro. Like, where you come from? Malaga. I said, yeah, Malaga. He goes, why you only got a backpack? I said, because I'm only staying for a week. He goes, so where do you live? I said, in Spain. He goes, where? I said, if I told you, you wouldn't know it, mate. Like, but he was like, mad, bro. He was asking me some mad questions. Then I said, do you want to check my bag? He went, no. He goes, go on, off you go. When I came back, when I'm in the queue to board the plane, right, they were asking for the form for what I was supposed to have filled out coming here back to Birmingham. They actually asked for it at Birmingham to come back here. And then when I got back here, you had to show it to them. They scanned it. And then when I got back to Malaga, because I had the barcode of it, I just scanned it as I come through the airport straight out. Yeah, but they never asked me for that from Malaga to Birmingham. So it's like, why are you only doing it one way?
Yeah, it's
like, I could have been into England and run around England not doing what I was supposed to be doing. Do you know what I'm saying? They didn't know where I was staying because I never filled the form out.
Yeah. Well, you know, England's probably just, you know, the government's probably doing it for show, you know, telling everyone there, do this, do that. But in reality, God knows really what's going on. We've got another super chat. And Teles, he's got it twice in the last month or so, diagnosed with COVID. It reminds me of Dybala at the beginning of it all when he got it like 2-3 times in a row. I don't know.
He hasn't even played a game yet, has he? Tell us, for United.
I think he said he played one game. He's only played once. Yeah, was it?
Wow.
Yeah, he's played once. He's played once. I forgot it was Champions League or what it was, but he's played once for them.
That's mad.
A few of them were impressed, but yeah, twice in a row. Does that even make sense? I don't know. None of it makes sense, to be honest with you.
No, I don't. Like the hospitals are empty as well. Like my little sister had my niece. Yeah, like she's one now. She was one in August, but back in March she was at the hospital, bruv, because she couldn't breathe, the little one. Yeah, so like every time she was falling asleep, she couldn't breathe. Daytime when she's awake, she was fine. Yeah, it's kind of sad because she's got a little oxygen tank like strapped around her back, man. And she's only tiny. She's good as gold, proper happy little kid. But it turns out that she's got something wrong with her lung. Yeah, so it was nothing to do with this. But there was no one in there, bro. And then they took her because they couldn't really do it in MK. They rushed her to I think it was like 5 nights later. They took her to what's the one? Sir John Radcliffe in Oxford. There was no one in there, bro. And that was in the height of it. So for me, it's like, I don't really know. Listen, I don't know anybody that's got it or had it. Yeah. So I don't know. Listen, I'm not saying it's not real. Of course, it could be. It is. There's obviously something there. But for me, I don't personally know anybody who's got it. I've seen people who've come in my chat before. I think Bertrand's lost a family member to COVID, and other people in my chat have said the same as well. And like, listen, I'm not ruling anything out. But for me personally, like everybody I know, yeah, is safe and well and cool, but it's a fuckery, man. Like the way, like, bruv, like putting this fucker on every time I go shop, you know what I'm saying? Like, can't breathe as it is, let alone putting that on.
Hey, try breathing in London with all this pollution and putting that on.
Luckily, I've got a fresh area, mate. I'm right near the beach.
It's true. You can go get that nice sun breeze and all that. But yeah, it's mad, man. It's mad. But listen, we're half an hour in. Hit the like button, people, and let's get into this.
And make sure you follow Turkish's channel as well. The link for Turkish's channel is in the title. Click the @ It'll take you to his title. 700 people nearly watching. So go and subscribe to Turkish right now.
Come on, make sure you do that. Lee, my camera's still all right, yeah, guys. It's been messing about last few streams.
Perfect.
So. Perfect. Yeah, I don't know what I did, but I think I solved it at the beginning. Everyone started thinking it's my Wi-Fi. Even you thought it's my Wi-Fi at the beginning. I was like,
yeah, it was mad. I don't know what you did when you were moving it about and that, but bro, it's worked. So I don't know.
Fucking Apple MacBook and it's moving like this. It's all mad. But like I said, let's get into this weekend's action and Arsenal, Leeds, and we touched on it last Monday, but in reality, you know, now is the time to really talk about it. You know, we need a big win. And by big win, I mean any win right now, because coming off the back of Aston Villa defeat, I don't think anyone can say with their chest that they're confident about the Leeds game. Are you confident?
Nope. Not one bit, mate. Yeah, not one bit. It's funny because their manager, everyone raves about Bielsa. For me, he's just another Emery. Yeah, like you score 3, we score 4. Yeah, but some weeks we won't score 4, we'll score 2 and lose 3-2. Like, but he plays nice football. He plays decent. He goes for it. But I don't think he's going to go for it against us. I think teams have sussed us out already. Yeah, teams don't want to have a go at us and get done on the counter. So now what teams are doing is just doing what we're doing to them. Sit back, defend, and then they'll do us. And I think this manager, he's been in the game a long, long time, man. He's a quality manager. Yeah. Excuse me. He's a quality manager, you know, and managers like Pep and, you know, and all that have taken the passing out and the ticky-tacky football because of this guy, yeah. But I think he's going to park the bus, yeah, and I think that he's going to hit us on the break. And I'm worried, mate, because listen, we could dominate possession and have 3 shots and lose 1-0. Yeah, so 1 shot. Like we did that at Leicester against Leicester, and that was at home. That it's at Elland Road, you know, and it's going to be interesting to see who's fit and available after this international break. It's going to be interesting to see who tests positive or negative. And if he doesn't change it up, Arteta, I think a lot of people, regardless of the result, if the performance is bad, which it has been all season apart from Fulham, the performance is bad. It don't matter about the result, because I think a lot of people are going to sit there and go, right, what have you done for 2 weeks? Like you haven't really changed anything, have you? Because if he goes with Lacazette up top, Willian and Aubameyang, well, that's exactly the same. Yeah, if he goes, he could potentially put Eddie up front, because I think somehow in his head, bruv, he's thinking Eddie up against a team that didn't really play him much. Oh, we'll throw Eddie up front. Yeah, and he can wind him up when he scores and give it, call me, bruv. Like one of them ones, yeah. But if Aubameyang ain't up front in that game, I'm sorry, man. But come on, Pepe's got to start that game. Maitland-Niles, for me, has to start. Bellerin's out of his depth. You know, then you've got Tierney. Why is he at centre-back? Playing at left-back. His crosses are mint. And obviously midfield. Yeah, Joe Willock, I'm not his biggest fan, but he should be in the squad, bruv. Like, at least in the matchday squads. Yeah. It's just, I'm not confident, man. And then after that, we've got Wolves. Then Spurs.
Yeah. It's a
big three games for this guy, mate. Big 3 games.
Yeah, and it's not the biggest 3 games, but it's a big test. And if we can't get over these next 3 games and come out the other side with at least something to take back with us, you know, not only points, but I mean, you know, performances, like you said, then the pressure is going to be immense, because December, the games come thick and fast, you know. So it doesn't have to be a big game. The games are coming, 2-3 every 5 days and whatnot, coming up to Christmas. So we have to be ready for it. And the next 3 games are going to determine where we are, you know, whether we're in and around the top 4 moving into December and the Christmas schedule, or whether it's a deflating time yet again in December.
Have you seen our fixtures in December? Yeah, we've got Burnley after Tottenham, I think. I think we've got Southampton, Everton, Man City in the League Cup. Then we've got Chelsea Boxing Day. You know, bruv, real talk, I'm not even fucking, this guy could be sacked by January. Yeah, because, or he could have turned it around completely and be sat 3rd or 2nd or 1st. Yeah, because the fixtures we've got, bruv, I'm not confident against Leeds one bit. Not confident against Wolves one bit. I'm not confident, definitely not confident against Jose and Spurs, bruv. Yeah, they're fucking smashing goals for fun right now. Yeah, and I know they've ground out the last 2 results, but if they hadn't have bottled 2 leads, they'd be sat top of the table with 7 wins, 1 loss. Yeah, they bottled the lead twice in stoppage time against West Ham and whoever the other team was. Yeah, but they're a big danger. And then after that, we've got Burnley. Well, listen, we should batter them, but normally that's a hard game for us, isn't it? Especially away. I think it's away as well. We've got Everton. That ain't easy. Southampton. We get battered every time we play Southampton. Shane Long turns up, bruv. Yeah, Shane Messi. Yeah, and then they got Danny Inzaghi. I think expression.
Inzaghi.
Yeah. And then we've got Chelsea, and Chelsea are the top scorers in the league. And bruv, they ain't even hit top gear, and they've scored the most goals. Yeah, it's mad.
They ain't had the front 4 there. Yeah, I don't think they played the front 4 once, and that's Werner, Pulisic, Havertz, Ziyech.
Yeah, and they've still hit 20 goals, most in the league, and we've hit 9.
when you get quality, sometimes, you know, the quality speaks for itself. You know, you don't need that tactical manager. Sometimes, you know, the Ziyech coming in over the last couple of games, he's really shown himself as he's going to be integral to them moving forward. Pulisic,
he's fucking class, man. And do you know what the saddest bit is? Is him and Werner cost less than Tierney and Pepe.
Yeah.
It's mad. I love Tierney, but Pepe weren't 72 mil. Yeah, we could have got Werner and 2/3 of Ziyech for 72 mil. Do you know what I'm saying?
Even you're reminding me, Leicester, Cengiz Ünder, the Turkish winger. Like over the international break, I can't lie, England are boring, but Turkey right now it's exciting stuff against Croatia.
I have to start watching Turkey, you know.
Yeah, last Wednesday, Croatia friendly was 3-3. Cengiz scored a banger in that one, but it was end-to-end stuff. And then on the weekend, it was 3-2 against Russia. And Cengiz was probably the man of the match in that one too. And he was only a loan with an option to buy up 20-25 mil. You know, and
we were linked to him. We were linked to him for months.
Yeah. And we dealt with Roma, with Mkhitaryan. You know, we actually dealt with them, and we gave them a winger. So where was the?
He scored up a day, yeah. Mickey scored a hat trick the other day. Yeah, the weekend the last weekend of games, he's got a hat trick, isn't it? Yeah, and it's like fucking hell, bruv. Like, why do these players always turn up like when they leave? Like, it's mad, isn't it? They're shit for us, and then when they go somewhere, maybe that's how we run, bruv. Maybe that's how the management is, or there's something missing at Arsenal, and I don't know what it is. Yeah, but for me, I think some of these players are down tools already. I mean, Lacazette, bruv. If you was Lacazette, yeah, and you played the first 3 games and you scored 3 goals, 1 in each game, yeah, then you get benched just before international duty. Well, you're thinking, why am I benched? Because I ain't going away on international duty. Yeah. Then we come back from that and he starts Willian up front at City instead of you. You're thinking like, bro, are you taking the piss? I score 3 and 3 and now I've been benched for the last 2. Yeah? No wonder he's looked shit for the last 3 or 4 games, because if that was me, I'd be fuming, bruv. Yeah. Then you got Pepe doing the same, scoring goals, hooked at Dundalk, thinking, cool, starts at Old Trafford. Yeah. Bench, didn't get on the pitch. I'd be like, why'd you take me off at Dundalk then? Yeah, like, then you got Aubameyang fucking slide tackling at left back instead of scoring goals in the box. Like, bruv, I'm telling you now, right? It's just my opinion on it. Yeah, and I know you. I wouldn't say you fucking put Arteta up here, but I know you kind of think he's all right. Yeah, but I just think this is going to implode real quick. Yeah, if we lose 2 of the next 3 games, yeah, bruv, them players are down in tools all day long.
Some of them don't even have tools.
You're lucky I went sipping on a drink. That would have gone everywhere, mate.
Some of them, what? Bellerin, what tools has that guy got? Xhaka, what tools? What Mustafi? Nah, them man ain't got tools, man. Them man are blunt, no sharp edges, man. They're done. But you're right, man. With Arteta, I got it in a live stream before about you love Arteta and this and that. I don't give a toss about Arteta, you know. I want him to do well, but I don't give a toss about Arteta, you know. I turned on Wenger, and I loved Wenger at one point, you know, and I turned on him. I don't give a fuck about Emery or Arteta. What I give a fuck about is the reality of the situation, and that's why I just stand back from criticizing Arteta, because I just don't want it to be all about that, you know. And already, even over the last week, you know, with rap comments and whatnot, it's becoming that. It's becoming forefront of, you know, and it's just gonna. I can see what's happening. Like you said, it's gonna implode. I can see it, and I actually said it when the transfer deadline shot. I'm gonna go back to the video. I said this is gonna implode. You know, I don't want it to, but it's going to, because I've seen it before. We've read this.
That's the thing. That's why people get it twisted, bruv. Yeah, like, we want to win the league. We want to compete for the top honours. That's why we smashed a beautiful stadium down with history and tradition, where we was, by the way, when we left, competing for top honours. Yeah. Chelsea, Leicester, and all these other teams proved that you don't need a massive stadium to compete with the top teams. You know. So I just find it baffling at times, and like, as much as I don't rate Arteta, I hope he turns it around, but I can't see it, bruv. And I've said this before. There's so many people sitting on a fence right now. They're getting splinters up their arse, bruv, right? And by Boxing Day, when we probably get absolutely tonked by Chelsea, yeah, it's going to ruin a lot of Christmases, put it that way. Yeah, because we're going to be fucked by it.
Let's get to Boxing Day, because the way it's going and the next 3 games, I don't even want to think about Boxing Day and any further than the next 3 games, because I keep on running them through my mind and just thinking, Leeds, Wolves, Tottenham, you know, it's like a step up every week, and it's difficult steps each week.
Yeah,
like that.
Yeah, they're good teams, all 3 of them. They'll give us something hard to think about, every single one of them. And the thing is, it's kind of mad, because I think we've got Europa League in between that as well. Yeah, so we'll have to change the squad around. But by the time we get to that Tottenham game, bruv, they've been run ragged by Leeds. Whether we win or not, it's still going to be a fucking hard workout for them, yeah? Then we've got Wolves. Again, that's going to be a tough workout. They're a good footballing team, yeah? Then you've got Tottenham with Bale, Kane, Son. Like, good luck, Bellerin. Like, good luck, mate. He's going to fucking need it.
Yeah, he hasn't been on his side so far this season. I mean, don't get it twisted. Against Man United, that was probably one of Bellerin's best performances in the last couple of years. But against Liverpool, City, and Aston Villa this season, I've seen the Bellerin of the last couple of years. You know, the inconsistent,
being bodied back to Spain, bruv. Like, move,
move. And it's Jack Grealish. It's not even like it's Yaya Toure or something. It's Jack Grealish. He looked at him. Grealish looked at him.
A burger, bruv. Real talk. Man needs to start going McDonald's or something and just getting that Big Mac meal, bruv. Like, he's got to start eating some meat somewhere along the line.
It's too much now, man. It's too much.
It's a joke.
Gauchos or something.
Gauchos.
Get that ribeye.
Just go and get a steak, bruv. A bit of peppercorn sauce and all that. Do you know what I mean? It's fun.
Hey, don't get me started. But listen, you've pretty much said it all with the Leeds game, man. I think I said it last week. The non-negotiables for us are Pepe starts, Oba up top, Maitland-Niles comes in for Bellerin, and we go to a flat back four with Tierney as left wing back. I think that's the non-negotiables. I think it's interesting to see who will be his plan B to El Nene. Do you think it'll be Xhaka or Ceballos?
Xhaka.
You think he's going to go with Xhaka?
I think Xhaka, as much as I don't particularly rate him, and I think he's pretty crap, I do think defensively, off the ball, he's a bit better. Yeah, with his positioning than Ceballos. Ceballos is just a headless chicken at times, mate. At least Granit Xhaka's kind of there. He's there, but he's not really doing much. But at least he's there. Whereas Ceballos is never there. Yeah, so I think he'll go back to Xhaka. Which, good luck with that.
I know. I don't know. You know, I can't commit yet to say who. I'm gonna say Xhaka too because it seems more likely. But I want to be happily surprised in that department. And I think if you go with Ceballos instead of Xhaka, I think that shows more intent as well with that decision alone. Especially if you do everything else we've talked about, because Ceballos is a lot more talented than Xhaka, to say the least, and there's a lot more potential in it. I think if Xhaka plays, I'd like Xhaka to be the foil for Partey. But if Ceballos plays, I'd like Partey to be the foil for Ceballos. I think that's I'd like to see it work.
Ceballos can chip in with goals. We've seen that. But like whenever I watch him, I'm just like, bruv, like, what do you actually do? Because like I don't really see you doing what Joe Willock does and running into the box, and getting on the end of things. I don't see you being that midfield runner past the striker. But I also don't really see you covering the defense. Like, what do you actually do? Do you actually move past the centre circle? Like,
you know what?
You can chip in with a goal every now and again, but what do you do other than that?
It's funny because I thought the same. Well, I think the same thing, and I thought the same thing. That's why I looked into it, and I see that he gets a lot of interceptions, and in some games he's got the most tackles for us, which surprises me.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
It surprises me but it's things you don't see, and it's things we don't expect Ceballos to have the most interceptions and tackles in a game. You know, he's meant to be the one that gets it off the guy tackling and intercepting the ball. You know,
and drive forward and go past and through the lines. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like, but we're always, and have been for a long time, we're always nearly good. We're nearly good. Like I said it right at the very start of the show. We're nearly good, the same as England are nearly good. You know, and for us to be good, you have to be ruthless. You know, I see other teams out there that they'll drop like Man City, they'll drop Aguero for Jesus. Yeah, and you're like, why is Aguero on the bench? Yeah, we ain't dropping Aubameyang. Aubameyang's never getting dropped.
Yeah.
Maybe it is time to drop him. I wouldn't personally drop him. But listen, he's been shit since he signed that contract. Let's have that right. Yeah, I don't think the system's helping him.
Basically, what you're saying is something has to be done. You know, you want to see something. You know, you want to see some sort of action because it has to be done. I think Arteta showed that he can work in a difficult period, because I think after lockdown, losing to City is one thing, but then losing to Brighton the way we did as well, on top of that, I think at that time, he had to change it up, and he did. That's when he went with the back five, the back three, however people want to see it. I think it's time to change again. I think now we are, you know, it's a worse time than after the Brighton result. So I think he needs to really look at it now, and teams have sussed us out, you know, and it's the 100%. Quality of player we have. When our players get sussed out, it's easy. I mean, look at the Leicester goal. The two players at fault for that, Xhaka and Mustafi. Similar.
It's same old, isn't it?
Yeah, Bellerin, Liverpool, Man City, and Aston Villa. Rob Holding, you know, jumping in and out of a pretend tackle to Ross Barkley, you know, and then you get memes of it, and you just think, mate, just clatter him. If you take it away, at least I can understand you tried to get the ball. But
do you think he will change it though? Like, do you think like this game against Leeds is going to do something, and we're going to go, oh fucking hell, he's actually surprised us? Because I ain't getting that vibe, bruv. Like he's Spanish, bruv. I live in Spain. They're fucking hard work, bruv. Like they are so stubborn. Yeah, it is mad. Like they will not move out the way. If you're walking down a queue, bruv, down a line, then they're not moving, bruv. You have to go, yo, move. Like they're stubborn people naturally.
Do you remember I mentioned I think the first show we done, I mentioned that in one of the interviews he had this season, he said he was asked about the Arsenal way and is he sacrificing it? I think it was after the Liverpool game, and he said, essentially, this ain't the way I want to play. This is the way I have to play right now. So that makes me think that he does want to do something else. And your question was, do I think he will do it? I really hope he does. And I do lean towards him doing it because he has to. Because if he doesn't do it and we either lose or scrape it against Leeds with a poor performance again, that pressure leading into Wolves and then Tottenham, you know, it's that Tottenham game could be the decider. And I don't want it to be any sort of decider, you know, and that means, and I mean that
especially against that lot. Yeah, especially against Tottenham. You don't want your manager to get sacked by getting piped by Tottenham. But at the same time, if we do, like you said, scrape past Leeds, we might go there and batter them, bruv. We don't know yet. We can't predict the future. But if we don't go there and batter them, and it's a poor performance like the West Ham performance, for example, or Sheffield United performance, then all of a sudden people are going, well, you just about scraped past a promoted team. Like, then you've got Wolves. Okay, we might beat Wolves. It's at home. Yeah, cool. That'll get the confidence up. But then you're going away to Tottenham. Fucking away to Tottenham. Well, we got done there last season, and that was without their signings that they've made this summer. So I'm not confident for that game one bit, especially with Jose in charge, bruv. Like,
that's another one. Jose on top of it is the salt on the wounds that we don't need right now. You know, I think he's always had to get us. I know he flirted with the idea of maybe becoming our manager last year, but now he's at Tottenham. That is where, if it was ever a possibility, Mourinho being Arsenal manager is no more after that Tottenham.
Oh no chance. Which has kind of killed my vibe because I love him.
No, I get that. I think who came out recently? Was it Fabregas that came out and said a player came out recently and said Wilshere, when they asked Wilshere about would he play for Tottenham, did you see that?
No, I ain't seen it. What did he say?
Yeah. And he said he loved Jose Mourinho and what he's done in football, but he doesn't think he can do that. That's what he said. Like, he doesn't think he could do that.
Wow, he'd rather stay with no football club than play for Tottenham. Rate him for that.
then he said, what did he say that made people think? What did he say? He said, I don't think they'd have me anyway. So that made people think, he would play.
Okay, maybe he's flirting a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know about all that. No, not after singing "What Do We Think of Tottenham" at the parade. You can't be fucking going.
Could you imagine if he signed for them? Fucking hell, bruv. He'd get it both barrels. They wouldn't say to him, and our fans would destroy him. Like, he'd never do that. He ain't that dumb, surely.
Yeah, he'd be finished in North London. I can't lie. There's a lot of yeah, there's a lot of quotes from me bigging up Jack Wilshere, so they will all come out the woodwork, man. But what do you think about prediction? I know it's a bit early in the week for a prediction, considering COVID might lick us down well, it's not really going to lick Leeds down, is it, Carl? Who the hell have they got an international break?
I don't think. See, that's the thing. They haven't really got many people that have gone away to international in it, unless they play for like lower teams like Ireland and stuff like that. Yeah. I can't really see that they've had loads of players go away. I might be wrong and a bit ignorant with that, but if you're asking me prediction, bear in mind, everyone watching this, there's 800 odd people watching this. This is on Monday. I'll do my preview on Saturday. Yeah. So by the time I get all the news and the press conference and all that, this might change. I'm saying draw. Saying draw. Yeah. Bruv, we're going to see whether these players want it or not. We're going to see whether they want the manager or not. Because if they go out there and just do what they did against Aston Villa, they've given up. Yeah, if they want this manager, they're going to go out there and they're going to fucking smash Leeds United. But I don't have faith in half of this team, bruv. Like, you know, Bellerin will be at right back again. You know, we know this. Xhaka will probably start because El Nenny's out. You know, he probably will start Lacazette already up front. He ain't putting Aubameyang there. Willian will probably start, you know. So I've got no faith in him, man. And I ain't got no faith in half of these players.
You know, I'll allow Oba on the left, but Bellerin and Pepe starting on the right has to happen for me. You know, I have to see Pepe and I have to see Bellerin dropped because that is just, you know, Oba on the left. Okay, cool. I don't want it to be, but let it be. If you put Pepe and make the nails in on the right, you know, do what you want with Willian. If you do a 4-3-3, put Willian attacking mid. I don't really care what you do with him. I prefer Saka attacking mid, to be honest, but obviously Saka's done international duty too, so obviously he might want a bit of a rest. We're moving into December. He's still young. And then I was actually thinking this. When Lee was talking about it, maybe Arteta would think Eddie wants to play Eddie. He might want to show them up. I'm thinking Bamford might just want to show why Leeds didn't play Eddie at all.
That's true. Didn't he bag a hat-trick the other day? He scored a hat-trick, innit?
Yeah, not the last game week, the game week before.
Yeah, the game before, yeah.
But even his goal last week. His goal last week, was it last week where he dropped that? He brought it down, he dropped down to him in the box, and he just volleyed it bottom left corner. Nice finish, And
he's not a bad player, bruv. Listen, he came through Chelsea Academy. Anyone who comes through Chelsea Academy is normally half tasty, isn't they? Like, they don't really have pretty shit bang average players leave their academy. Like, they're normally pretty good players. So he's going to be a handful. The thing is, like, hopefully Gabriel's fit. I think he is fit. I don't think he went on international, did he? I don't think Gabriel went international break, did he? Hopefully he'll be all right. The problem is if he didn't go on it, and this is where I worry sometimes, it's not so much the ones that have been on international, it's the ones that haven't, because they've had 2 weeks off. Yeah, they've not had a match for 2 weeks. And when they've played 3 in a week for 2 weeks straight, and then you have a 2 week break, it could be hard work, isn't it? Because then they're not up to full speed. So,
yeah. No, you're right. You're right. We've got another super chat. And listen, there's over 800 people in the live. We've got about 5-10 minutes left, people. Hit the like button if you haven't already. And Kevin says, appreciate the super chat, bro. He says, listen, Kevin, I need you to put some at the beginning of this sentence, please. Because say an Arsenal fan, I'm an Arsenal fan. I haven't said that. Lee, have you said Gabriel's better?
No, I've not said that. Thiago's levels, bro.
Next time, Kevin, please just put some. Yeah, some. Or maybe put in brackets, not Turkish and Lee. But yeah, he says Gabriel and Thiago. So, listen, some Arsenal fans tracked Gabriel's flight after not even seeing him play football. That's facts. The majority of the fan base haven't seen Gabriel play football. They caught up maybe when we was linked to him. But at the end of the day, there's a lot of fans out there, not only from Arsenal Football Club, but they get ahead of themselves. They let their emotions run wild, and that's one of them. Anyone that says Gabriel is anywhere close to Thiago Silva yet,
come back in 10 years and we'll have the conversation.
It's mad. Trust me. If you ask Gabriel himself, he'll probably say he looks up to Thiago Silva, someone he needs to learn from. And
both Brazilian as well.
Yeah, definitely. And he's the one that stands out, Thiago Silva, in that David Luiz partnership. Let's see what's Ayup saying. Lee, Turkish. The funny thing is, all our fans were talking about Eddie not starting like it was a travesty when Bamford is clear of, man. Bro, again, I'm glad you. Ayup, you've done the same thing. You said all our fans. We are Arsenal fans too, and we wasn't saying some Arsenal fans.
Some.
But you're right, Lee. Remember when we got Eddie back and everyone was saying, yeah, start him. Leeds didn't even start him in the Championship, and now we're clamoring to start him and say, listen, I'm not having it.
How can he start up front? Yeah, and what does he offer up front that Aubameyang can't? Because he can't hold the ball up, or neither can Aubameyang. Yeah, no. He ain't as prolific in terms of goal scoring. Aubameyang is. Yeah. What does he actually do? What, maybe he presses a bit better? Whoop he fucking do? Yeah, it's about scoring goals.
His best attribute is feeding off scraps. That's how I describe him.
Yeah, instinctive. Yeah, like that. His goal in the Europa League, I think it was. Yeah, just an instinctive goal. Yeah, you're right with that, 100%. But listen, I'd rather Aubameyang up front over Eddie Nketiah. Come on, I'd take Bamford over Nketiah.
Yeah, Kevin back again. Thoughts on the agent-driven recruitment at Arsenal? Edu is just signing all of his agents, friends, players. That's not how a big club should run. And I guess you're talking about Willian here. What do you think? Do you think Willian is an Arteta signing, or do you think it was because it was before Raul got let go, and it was obviously the same agent as Edu? So do you think Willian's an Arteta or a club signing?
I think he's Arteta, if I'm honest. I think it's weird though, because I think he's the only attacking player we signed, isn't it? Under Arteta so far. He's done Marie, Cedric, he re-signed Luiz, he re-signed Gabriel. He re-signed Ceballos, then he got Gabriel as well.
What number did we give Willian?
And then Willian.
What number did we give him?
What, Willian?
He's a starting 11 number, right?
That's a good question. Maybe he is number 11, bro. I don't actually know. I'm going on the Arsenal website.
Yeah, no, because I'm sure they gave him a number that is
number 12. Number 12.
Oh, number 12. Okay.
Yeah, it's number 12, but he's the only attacking player we signed under Arteta. Yeah, and I kind of understand that because look, we've got half decent attackers. We've got one of the best strikers, in Europe, but we do need to fix our defense. Yeah, but just signing defenders that are really like, come on, Cedric. I don't think he's all that bad, but he ain't great. You know, Pablo Mari, we don't even know what he can do because we've never seen him. Like, he's injured.
The Cedric one pisses me off, man. The Cedric one is just like, what are you doing? Like, I don't mind you signing Cedric because I thought Cedric at Southampton in his early days was a very good right back.
It was good. Yeah.
But why wouldn't you sort out the two that you've already have and the two that have let us down a lot over the last 3 years? And that's Bellerin first and Maitland-Niles second, because Maitland-Niles hasn't grabbed it and made it his own over the last 3 years. He's also failed to live up to expectation. Why wouldn't you?
No, I agree. I like Maitland-Niles, but I agree with that. I agree 100 with that.
We could have got 20 mil at least for either of them, and then you go and maybe get some creativity. But it's like you bought Cedric. Now you got 3 right backs. You've moved Maitland-Niles left wing back, but you've got Kolasinac as well. You should be playing left back, not a left wing back anyway, and that should be Kieran Tierney. So what was it's just not enough was done again.
It's a fucking mess, bro. Real talk, it's a mess. And the thing is, like, he begged Bellerin to stay. PSG wanted to loan him. And we said no. Yeah, why are we saying no to that? Fucking take him. I'll walk him through customs, bruv. Like, do you know what I'm saying?
Hey, I'll chip in, bruv. I don't mind. Zayn Mayasi comes in with a super chat. Appreciate it, bro. Lee, we should break our budget and sign Grealish. Tell Kroenke to sell the ranch. He doesn't have to sell a damn thing to fund it. He could fund Grealish and much more. He could fund Grealish and much more. This is why I tell fans all the time, us being realistic is players like Jack Grealish, you know. Be realistic to what we are as a club and what we generate financially. Don't be realistic as to what the club and compare it to what the club has done in the last 5 years, because that lowers our standards, you know, Lee. Like, we need to remain, as fans, we need to remain, you know already what it is. You know we're a lot better than what we've been over the last 5, 10.
We've been served up crap, mate, for a long, long time. And that's why I said earlier on in the show, we can pick an 11 out of this team with a right manager that can get us top 4. Yeah, and that's how I see it. And look at the way the season started. 7-2, Villa slapped Liverpool. Man City got done 5-2. We've just been done 3-0. Man United got done 6-1. It started like the Leicester season, bruv. Whoever puts a consistent run of form together wins the title. Liverpool are decimated with injuries. Man City are decimated. You know, if somebody, and that's why I'm shitting it about Tottenham, mate, because if Tottenham put a run together, boy. I said this, let me ask you this here, because I said this on the show with Claude this morning, Like, if Jose Mourinho won the league with Tottenham, would you sack Arteta? Because he got the job like 6 games or 5 games before Arteta, innit? And they spent less than us in the summer. You'd have to sack him, innit?
I feel sick, Lee. As soon as you said that, I started feeling sick. You know, if that ever would I sack him? I guess Mourinho had a better batch to work with coming in. But if Mourinho wins it with Tottenham, all hell should break loose. It's all over the gap. I don't care what happens anymore if that happens. You know, that is.
We shouldn't just sack him though. Everyone should fucking be sacked. Like the whole lot. Just fold the club, bruv. We'd go somewhere else. We're going to support Barnet.
Burn it down and start again, basically. We'll have to send the agent troops to find him in America and just pull the thing out over there, man.
Get man on that Hennessy and go on a mad one.
Rob, it's got to be done. I can't lie to you. But listen, we're over an hour in, Lee. We might as well wrap it up now. It's 10:10 over here in the UK. Love to everyone tuning in all over the world. Everyone that's hit the like button. If you haven't, make sure you hit it now. Thanks to everyone that's sent in a super chat, everyone that's commented, left a question, thoughts, all of that. Lee, you want to tell them anything before we wrap up?
Yeah, make sure you subscribe to Turkish. His link is in the title. 800 people, go and do it right now. Just click the @ in the title. It takes you straight to the video, to his channel. You'll still be watching the video as you do it, so you can multitask. So we're all good, man.
Come on, Zayn, get another one in before the buzzer.
Big up everyone.
Some Arsenal fans don't like Jose as they thought he was disrespectful to. To be honest with you, he was disrespectful to Wenger, but he was also right about Wenger too. You know, when he said that I want to punch him in the face or something, that's disrespectful. But when he said
specialist in failure,
he wasn't wrong in the end, was he? So it is what it is. But like Lee said, make sure you go over to my channel, Turkish LDN TV, and subscribe there. And like Superhero said, we'll sign off with this one, Lee. Deadly duo. Thank you, people. Hope you enjoyed. Catch Lee again tomorrow. Catch me again in a few days. I don't know when I'm back, but love.